Go ahead.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting meeting of Turning One Toastmasters, meeting number 433. Why I'm pronouncing it like 433 because I like numbers. What do you like? Do you like papers? Can you see a paper in front in my on my hand? Yeah. What is written on this paper? Anything? Can you see? Nothing. Consider your meeting exactly like this paper. You can write anything today. You can be anything today. You can explore which you have not known about yourself today. The speaker which you thought you were in the past meetings, you need not to be the same person today. You can be anything. You can write anything on this paper. So with that, your beloved Sergeant at Arms, Priyanka Mishra, I'm back again with another meeting and with great members here on the board. Let's start a meeting with some certain ground rules. The ground rule says that we have to keep our noise making devices switch off or on silent mode, and we try to not disturb the speakers by speaking on the chats or interrupting during the speeches, which we don't do that. We encourage speakers and give the freedom the way they want to express themselves on the stage. If you can encourage each and every person by using Zoom emoticons and only text message whenever whenever you are asked to on the chat messages. And if for any kind of the wrong behavior, you might be removed from the meetings. We are here, or we have all gathered here for a particular mission, and this mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, which results in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And it has been so many years, I really believe in this mission statement of Toastmasters. And each and every member of our club does too. With that, let me call a creative person, another creative person. I also consider myself creative person in our club. So another creative person of our club. One of the person I met long back in Hyderabad, I thought in the crowd he has a tendency to to find. I mean, he will find himself in limelight in some way. He has a way to put himself in limelight. Even if he's sitting in the crowd, somehow we'll get to know that person. And that's how I got to know. And that day I asked, "Hey, Anant, could you be my mentor?" He was like, "Why not? Let's sit down and discuss what are aspirations in Toastmasters." And that was the day. And today, I have been bothering him till now as my mentor, and he is patiently listening to me. That creative and that person, humble person, is here with us as presiding officer of the day. Let me call Toastmaster Anand on the virtual stage. Over to you.
Thank you, Priyanka, and let's have a round of applause for someone who has chosen to be tormented by me. Priyanka, pleasure is all mine and regret is all yours. Welcome, everyone. This is a short, succinct meeting where we are going to discuss, unfurl a few pages about creativity. But before we do that, and before we even get to the business section of the meeting, we have a guest, Hafiz Husni. Hafiz, how are you? Would you want to share about yourself a bit? Where you are joining us from? Maybe with video on, perhaps. Over to you.
I am fine, thank you.
So, Hafiz, where are you from? How did you hear about us?
I am from Indonesia. I am here from WhatsApp group.
All right. And welcome. This is going to be a slightly different meeting than the usual. We don't have any prepared speeches or any elaborate session. However, I have a few puzzles for all of you. The purpose is to learn how creativity can be cultivated. For long, we have had notion that creativity is genetic. Some people are born creative. I beg to differ. I am a completely non-creative person. Like literally, be it drawing, be it writing, be it reading. I am an excellent copycat. I can look at something that has already been created before, and I am an excellent illustrator or imitator. That I have admitted and accepted about myself, because imitation is the best form of flattery. That's what I believe. So if you are impressed by something, well, we can imitate the action, the process, and generate our own brand of creativity or innovation. Sometimes an enhancement to an already existing creative idea. Toastmasters for last 101 years has been going strong. I believe with the same kind of mindset. We see champions after champion being crowned every year, and this year being a special one because an Indian origin European has been crowned as the next world champion, Toastmaster Sabyasachi from Europe. But let's have a round of applause for Sabyasachi. I have in this meeting a few people that have who have joined us quite recently. For example, Toastmaster Nandini, Toastmaster Rahul, even Toastmaster Deep. And then there are old sinners like Priyanka and Rupinder. But I believe young or old, creativity is nobody's personal right. It's a public property. And just to get our creative juices flowing, how about I have a quiz for all of you? And if in case you have seen this puzzle already somewhere in any previous session by me, hold your horses. Do not spoil it for others. I have one more request, and that is with Toastmaster Rupinder and Toastmaster Priyanka. I am facing Apache internet. So just in case you see me suddenly for more than 3 seconds, that means I am stuck and you have to hold the reins till I circle back and jump again. All right, I hope you can all see my screen. Give me a thumbs up if you can. Here is a small puzzle for all of you, and anyone can unmute, answer, or if needed, can type in the chat as well. There is a small puzzle. This puzzle says, in this matchstick puzzle, you have to move 3 and only 3, not 2, not 4, but 3 and only 3 sticks to form the highest possible number. Now, a few of you probably are not sitting with pen and paper. That's all right. Not everyone is Aina. Not everyone is a teacher or a faculty and has easy access to pen and paper, but try to visualize. What can you remove from where to make what? Give me nearly approximate answer, maybe nearest possible answer. That will do.
We can make 999 out of this.
Yes, we can. However, that will be wastage of one step because I believe in 2 steps you can make 999. It will just be a reshuffle of one more step. So technically in 2 steps you can make 999, but the condition is use 3 and only 3 sticks to form the highest possible number. Last 10 seconds. Tell me the highest possible number that you can have.
No, only one.
Let's see who can get to the closest to the actual number. Priyanka, what's your number?
900.
900, 900. Rupinder says 999. Let's see who is closer to the highest possible number. Rahul, Nandini, Deep, Hafiz.
I'm still discovering.
Arey, there is a hidden beauty in guessing. You never know, nobody is going to question you. How did you come about that? You just guess. Who knows? Maybe you are the closest one.
890.
890. All right. Anyone else? Rahul, unmute. Answer fast. Hafiz, come on, buddy. Hello. All right. How about this?
Oh,
What just happened? What just happened? And this is where, my dear friends, creativity at times is limited by the way the entire group around us is thinking. So some of you may have solved this in this direction, perhaps, if you were isolated or doing it alone. But just because Rupinder says 900, Priyanka says, or 999, Priyanka says 900, our minds are kind of diverted to thinking a 3-digit maxima. And this is my lesson number 1 about creativity. Creativity is not always thinking about out of the box solutions. Creativity at times is about not thinking like the rest of us are thinking. And be a divergent thinker, be completely off the rails, psychotic, crazy kind of person. Everyone says, oh, this person is always raising hand, doing this, doing that, overdoing it, sometimes showing off. But you have to be an outlier sometimes to be creative out of the entire group. By the way, is that the highest possible number? Yes, it is. Because an easy solution could have been a shuffling of this number. We are not allowed to shuffle, but this is highest possible number. An easy problem, okay? Promise you. This time it's an easy problem. Everyone can solve it without even pen and paper. Rupinder is watching it closely. Rahul, Deep, Hafiz, Priyanka, Nandini. It's an easy problem. Everyone does it quite easily in one single step.
3 minus 1 equal to 2.
Thank you, Priyanka. You got it this time. However, the common answer that I usually get is this. Isn't it easy problem? Yeah, easy solution. Well, fortunately, easy doesn't always mean best. This is a common solution. I get it quite often. However, Priyanka is right. An easier and better solution is this. Whenever I have run this in my classes, I have got this by 90% of the people, because when I distribute them in groups, engineering people, they always think option D, none of these, by default answer. So a lot of times not equal to is popular answer. However, Priyanka, yes, you are right. 3 minus 2 equal to 1 is mathematically a better answer. What do we learn from this exercise? Quick thoughts, quick reflections. Quick reflections. Anyone? What do we learn?
Think different.
Think different. How?
Beyond thinking and beyond straight.
Yeah, go ahead.
And all think so we can think in different way, so we can get different results and positive
True
results.
that. True that. I want to probably explain this with an example now. Reason being, this is an example that I recently delivered at a college, and I got really, really good feedback because the crowd was Gujarati. I spoke not a single word of Gujarati, and they hardly understood my Hindi. English was out of the question. But the example, it spoke for itself. Welcome, Namrata Kankaria. I hope you are not from Gujarat. Where are you from?
Hello. Hi, I am from Calcutta, but currently living in London.
All right. What's the time over there right now?
Right now it's 2:45.
Oh, then good enough time, right? Welcome back to the
Did I
meeting. And
45 in the morning, I think.
oh, midnight.
No. It's in the afternoon, 2:45 afternoon.
All
Did
right.
I join the meeting late or?
No, not at all. Not at all. This is not a regular meeting. This is a meeting about creativity. We just had a couple of puzzles, and I will begin a case study that will show how a big brand, a globally recognizable brand, everyone who has heard the name of it over here, that brand used creativity and a process called design thinking to solve a problem beyond their wildest dreams and achieve major results. In the process, in between, we will also have creative table topics by yours truly, and we will try to learn creativity in a unique manner. So, everyone, sit tight, relax. You are at the right place at the right time. Has anyone heard about the process named design thinking? I'm sure Rupinder has. Anyone else? Design thinking.
No.
It has nothing to do with design, by the way. It's not about designing or fashion designing or packaging designing, anything like that. Priyanka has heard. So, Priyanka, what have you heard?
Yeah, sorry, Anand. I have thought like it's a different approach of approaching a different approach of solving a problem, like whichever problem we get in our daily life or in corporate world. So
From your daily life to complex corporate problems, you can solve it all. Correct.
Yeah.
That's partly true.
Yeah.
What else?
Design thinking, like initially you explore about the problem, you explore about the ideas, and then from the ideas you do a lot of brainstorming, and from the brainstorming you filter the idea.
You are explaining the process. No, not the process. What have you heard? I mean, complete unique about it. What makes it unique?
It's a okay. Generally, generally we are problem solvers. We want to solve yes, there's a certain way we solve problems.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking differently, like rather than going in a single direction, what are the possible ways we can go and approach or solve the problem?
Correct. So this is where my session around creativity is directly linked. When you think out of the box solutions or creative ideas, well, that's where we can call ourselves creative. However, a lot of times we have faced this. Hey, I understand I'm creative, but at the given time, I'm not able to think of something creative. So I will give you a hack today, how to think creative, how to arrive at the best possible solutions in any given situation, personal, academic, professional life, anywhere, anywhere. Are you all ready to learn that secret? Give me a thumbs up.
Yes.
And better.
Yes. Yes.
And better. Switch the video on and then give me a thumbs up, if possible. Design thinking has three fundamentals. One, of course, is thinking creatively. But before that, as Rupinder would attest, it's about thinking about the human element. It's about the user's experience. It's about user's problem. And the third one, it's a iterative process. It's cyclical process. It doesn't just start and stop. It is a continuous improvement process. What do I mean? Let me explain with a small example. I travel from a certain route by bus from point A to point B. And I have a lot of complaints about that particular route or that bus service. It's not frequent, it's not punctual, it's overcrowded. Let's change the entire thing. So one fine day, government listens to me, changes the entire thing, and there is a bus service every 30 minutes, AC Volvo. It's a low floor bus, electric, good for the environment. Unfortunately, earlier, it was 20 rupees per ride for that route. Now it is 120. So what just happened?
You got what
Is
you
the
wanted?
solution acceptable or affordable to me anymore?
Nope.
So this is where before we run with our horses to solve a problem, solve a challenge, we have to do this double filter. A, who is the user we are doing it for? And B, what actually are their own problems in their own words or in their own articulation instead of assuming it on their behalf. So Priyanka was right when she said problems before thinking of solutions. So understanding problem and even before that, understanding the user, that's our major goal in that. While you do that, why don't I slide in a couple of table topics? A table topic around this very idea that we spoke about. All right. Who would like to be our first guinea pig for today? Rest assured, it's very easy. 1 to 2 minutes you have to speak, and I will try to run the app over here. Or maybe Rahul, can you help me with the app?
Yes.
You're asking for help with timing?
No, not worry, no worries, Rupinder. I think I have this app. Rahul, I think I will run it.
Yes. No. Yes. Yes.
No, I have. Worry not. So I have this app, Rupinder. I'll just give a sample. So when I click this, all of you can see an app running in my background. Can you see?
This is not running.
Not yet.
Not-
Wait a second.
You have to
Yes.
check the show timer to all.
Just a second. Okay, show timer to all. Correct. So the moment I share the timer, 1 to 2 minutes, that means you have 2 minutes. This is how the timer will start. You have entire 2 minutes. You don't need any cards or any signals. And once this timer is exhausted, you will get a verbal signal, just a slight chime, and you have 10 more seconds to wrap up. Minus 10 is your end goal. Shall I reset it? Okay, it's a reset. Who would like to go first and take up the first topic? Namrata, rest assured, you can also take part. Let me show a display by an accomplished speaker first. Maybe Priyanka, maybe Rupinder, maybe Hafiz.
You can start with me if you want.
Sure. Distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder, a lot can happen over coffee. A lot can happen over coffee, Rupinder.
I can tell you that a lot can happen over a coffee. Some of you might think that tea is better than coffee. I feel sorry for you guys. And yet, for some of you, coffee might be the only thing that stops you from picking up a gun and shooting somebody in the head. I can empathize with you guys. But for me, coffee is an emotion. And a lot of emotions come in when I talk about coffee. I'm not going to bore you with all the emotions because I just have less than 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'm going to limit myself to 2 or 3. The first emotion that I experience is that of excitement. You see, when I was in the US for the first time, I did not know how to use the coffee machine. It was a contraption of coffee pods and milk and sugar, and I didn't know how to use it until somebody showed it to me. And since that day, I've been at home with coffee machine. The other one is that of joy. You may not like it, but I love coffee ice cream. I love the way it melts into my mouth with that bitter taste and the sweet rush of ice cream coming in after that. I'm probably the only person who finds joy in coffee ice cream. And the last one is that of relief. Why am I saying relief? On a cold winter night, a hot cup of coffee provides comfort and relief. And that is my message for you. Be that comforting cup of coffee to everyone. Like I said, a lot can happen over coffee. from finding that it's better than tea, to not becoming a serial killer, to experiencing a wave of emotions. Mr. Topics Master.
Thank you, Rupinder. I like the idea about how coffee can stop you from being a serial killer. Good thought. The world needs this kind of creative and crazy ideas, and you never disappoint us. Now, for our next topic, it is a situational topic, and you can show your creativity aplenty. Just remember, before you tell a solution, think who is the user and what their problems are. I'll give you a topic once you raise hand. So Deep, Hafiz, Priyanka, who would like to take it up? Or Nandini? Priyanka? Let me check with Hafiz, our guest first. Hafiz, shall I go with Priyanka or you want to pitch in? We are not able to hear you. So perhaps I will go with Priyanka while you sort out your audio issues. Priyanka, can you hear us?
Yes, Anand.
Fantastic. Priyanka, have you ever lived in, no, not the topic, I'm just asking. Have you ever lived in Delhi NCR even for a day or two?
Yes, I have.
And are you aware of the recent floods, 2 hours, 20-kilometer jams in Haryana? Did you see by any chance 2 hours of rains causing 20 kilometers of jam?
Yeah, I could think of. Yeah, understood.
Can you relate, right? You can relate.
Yes,
In
yes.
Hyderabad, recall our old days in Hyderabad, right?
Yeah.
So Priyanka, for one such state where traffic just gets paralyzed when it rains, what if you become chief minister for one day? What if you become chief minister for one day? What would you do, Priyanka?
I love river sports. Yeah, did I tell you? I have tried river rafting so many times. I have tried surfing. So this will be the right time for me to start water sports. Mostly river sports are really difficult. Water sports, introduce water sports to the Delhi NCR boring people. My goodness. So I'll stop all the even odd. I'll completely ban cars. The pollution will be go off. Yeah. So I introduce boats. So I have too much of fund in my this year's financial aid, whatever I got. So too much of money is there. So I'll introduce boats and I'll start giving trainings. So I got to know that the monsoon is about to start, and I know how my dear Delhi NCR is there. So what kind of drainage system I have? My previous politicians, how they have made, they don't know anything. So I have, so now I know how the situation is. So now, see, imagine you are doing, you're rowing and going to your office, or you're landing right to your office with this on a surfing board. Have you seen movies how, or have you seen in Australia how people are so excited about surfing? Then generally they do on the in the sea, but how about we do it on our streets? Our streets are capable of becoming a sea also for a day or two, because the way the rain is pouring here. So I can introduce water sports, and with that, I think I'll get great generous votes from the people. And there would be so many pissed. The people will be pissed about at me because they won't like water sports. There will be oldest people. For them, I'll try to arrange boats where we see Varanasi. I'll give the Varanasi feeling, the Ghat feeling in Delhi NCR itself. So with the nice breeze, you're going to your office or roaming around. So people start coming, having tourism during the monsoon. With that, this is my next speech for my next election. Thank you very much.
Priyanka, good job. Kind of assume the chief minister or politician's role too close to your heart. Good job. I love how you turned the whole city into a city of river rafters. It was a good sight to behold, figuratively speaking. Great job. So very creative answer from Priyanka. What I will do before we get on a couple of other series of topics, let's take a classic case study. One of the greatest example of how creativity can come from totally unexpected places. These are 7 stages of design thinking. I'll not go in detail about each step, but just highlight a couple of things over here. It begins with fixing up our scope where we fix the time, the budget, the constraint, everything gets fixed because we cannot, make Star Trek or Star Wars level of solutions just on paper and then realize not feasible by current technology or current money or current manpower that we have. So we fix up scope, and then the most important thing happens, empathy. It is not sympathy, it is empathy, the ability to think for your end user, understand their viewpoint, understand their challenges, problems, behaviors, patterns, because this is make or break step where if this is not deployed across all the subsequent stages, everything falls apart. No idea can be both creative and useful unless it has empathy for the end user. A lot of creative ideas end up getting strangled down the pipeline. Probably more than 80% creative ideas are killed in all the stages up to testing if there is no empathy. Simply being whether it's a movie or script or a speech at times in Toastmasters, or sometimes some consumer electronics project, etc. All of them are killed because either prototype is not possible or the testing fails or whatever next solutions. The problem is user is not kept at the heart of it. How a particular company, my favorite example these days, solved it for the entire world and showed how design thinking can be a victorious route ahead. Before we unravel what Netflix did, can someone tell, if you have heard, what Netflix was as a company before they came into OTT or live streaming business? What did they used to sell? Priyanka knows. Okay, Priyanka?
Just sell DVDs the way normal.
Yes. Remember those old CD, DVD rental businesses? I have very fond and some not so fond memories. A lot of times I used to buy or take it on rent and realize first part is running for Harry Potter part, Harry Potter 2. But the second half, the CD got stuck because it had scratches. Or at times, the first was part was of a Mithun Chakravarti movie, second part was of a Sanjay Dutt movie. Totally two different movies. And I'm sure if you got a CD or DVD at home for a movie during festival days, parents or siblings, elder siblings, they used to ensure that everyone sits together so that we can find the most leverage out of this rental that we have got. Because one CD cannot be played 2 or 3 times. It would rather be 2, 3 different CDs being washed together. So no convenience. And of course, the cost. Netflix, they realized that they had this problem. And how did they know? Because of the entire existing user base, their habits, their content preferences, and all. Quickly running through this idea, they defined, they empathized with the users that there was a need of personalized experience and convenience and cost, of course. But most of all, the quality of experience. I'm sure you have one family member, like I have my wife and my family, who is about, okay, put the language as Hindi. If I don't understand, I want English subtitle to read. So those kind of weird, crazy combinations, right? So this is about user's choice. Now, Netflix thought, how might we create an experience which is for the user, by the user? This particular idea helped them innovate not just in app for different smart TVs or mobile phones. It actually helped them think beyond that. That in 10 years in future, what would the users need? Think 10 years ago, what would we have needed? We would have needed our type of movies, our type of content. I like to watch animated movies when I'm with my kid. And I need all the 10 animated movies in one single file on my laptop or in a folder. some of you are fan of action movies or those old Bollywood classic comedies like Hangama, Halchal, all Priyadarshan movies, Hera Feris and all, right? How many of Hera Feri fan or Hangama fan over here? Today, when we see all these, okay, I should not say this when we because it's live stream, but when we see today all these Tiger Shroff, Varun Dhawan kind of comedies, we cherish these old Akshay Kumar, Sunil Shetty, Govinda, Shaktipoor kind of comedies a lot more, right? And I'm sure our friend Namrata sitting over in UK, even she's not immune to the charm of old David Dhawan comedies, right, Namrata? Thank
Yes,
you.
right. Yeah.
Great. So Netflix realized users need not just a selection of content, but also a say in what kind of content should movie makers make. And that is where Netflix, they did not plan for this completely by user feedback. They got into partnerships with some major studios. And you know what happened? Boy, oh boy. I will show you some ideas that they generated and created a few prototypes. These are the prototypes which we love. Absolutely fell for them. Have you seen any of these shows? Rupinder, which one is your favorite one among these? Has anyone
I can't
seen
see.
Stranger Things?
Yes,
Oh,
So
I've seen.
Rupinder's favorite is?
no,
Rupinder,
none of.
you have seen. None of these?
I've seen Daredevil, but it's not my favorite, to be honest.
No worries, no worries. Namrata, which one is yours?
I have only seen Stranger Things, and that is my
You
favorite.
love it?
Yeah.
Quite catchy, right?
Yeah,
Imagine
yeah.
children being the main actors of a sci-fi show. Now, that is a concept which you will not find in any major Hollywood production before it. Either not present at all, or maybe in some B grade, very silly kind of VFX movies. Like, I don't even recall the names. Um, Daredevil was their major collaboration, first ever collaboration with Marvel Studios. That is why it's significant. Even today, Marvel Disney has not produced a grittier show than Daredevil. But, ladies and gentlemen, hold your breath. House of Cards was not created by writers or directors. It was a data analytics product. House of Cards came into being by a major survey by Netflix that what does average US consumer, content consumer require? They love politics because of all those Donald Trump and Barack Obama coming into back to back, terms. So they were politically very, very conversant. Then they realized all the politicians are crooked. That's what the average user thinks. So how about we create a show where a crooked politician finds their way into White House? Not to say today that's the reality, but 10 years ago, that's the show that they created. A crooked politician finds their way, maneuvering it their way in the White House Oval Office, becoming the president. Then users love a show where Kevin Spacey is an actor or Steven Soderbergh is a director. Every choice engineered to make a hit show. That's what Netflix did. The show became hit because of data analytics. But this was just the beginning. You know what were some of the major projects in the last few years? And I'm sure you have seen some of them. Have you? Have you? Squid Games, Sacred Games, Money Heist, which ones? Which ones? Hafiz, which ones? Namrata, which one? Deep?
Money Heist, Sacred Games.
Squid Game.
Squid
Squid
Game.
Money Heist.
Accidentally, I showed my child the Squid Game one day. The next day, he was in the kitchen and doing this. He was doing the green light, red light, and he was kind of about to shoot both his mom and dad with his eyes. There is a funny thing in these three shows, something that binds all of them together. All of you, think, find the common connect. What makes these big shows unique in the context that we are discussing? What makes them a very, very creative kind of product for an average global user?
Villain is the hero.
Villain is a hero. Okay.
That's what it's quite common. And thriller, more are thrillers.
Thrillers, anything else? And don't say all three are games. One of them is not.
No, Money Heist is not.
Even Sacred Games is not about games. It's just the name. Okay, think about this. And I believe Namrata sitting in UK, Priyanka sitting in UK, another different UK, okay, Uttarakhand. Hafiz sitting in Indonesia, and Rahul sitting, and I sitting in India, Rupinder sitting in Canada. We all would connect probably with that. Squid Games is a Korean show. Sacred Games is an Indian show. Money Heist is a Spanish show. But the global consumer can enjoy all three of them. In fact, 45 million plus viewers on the opening day of Squid Game's latest season. That's the victory of the consumer. How else would we have found these silly yet endearing stories like Squid Games, if not for an independent platform like Netflix? Well, it is understood, admitted that Netflix is also kind of pushing their own DEI agenda these days. But think of the unique kind of shows that we are getting, all because they are listening to their users. But my dear friends, final slide. These three are a special victory for me as a consumer, as a user. Kaleidoscope came last year around New Year. Has anyone seen Kaleidoscope? If not, I'll give you a unique twist about it. I love stories. I'm quite a bit of storyteller myself. But Kaleidoscope just opened new horizons for me. This is a heist, bank heist kind of story, 10 episode or 8 episodes. The episode names are green, yellow, purple, orange, blue, violet, etc. The trick is you can watch any episode in any order. Just watch the last episode, let's say white, at the end, and the story will make complete sense. You can watch any episode in any order. The story can start 25 years ago, or last week, or last year, or 1 week later. But watch the last episode at the very end, and it will all make sense. All the loose ends would be tied. Now, that's a complete non-linear kind of stories. Black Mirror Bandersnatch, already a hit version of UK-based Black Mirror series, which predicted AI, the future of artificial intelligence, machine learning, etc., how the world will react to that. Black Mirror Bandersnatch took it to a level further. It's a story where, after a certain point, user gets a choice. What should the character do? Take out your remote, pick a choice. Option A, option B, option C. What you pick, the story unfolds from there in that direction. And one more twist, and then more twist. So in a way, one story can have 6, 7 different endings through different branch. Completely user's choice. In a way, Netflix has ensured that make one show, users probably will watch it 5 to 7 times. And finally, the Love, Death and Robots. बहुत प्यारे, very lovely stories. 15-20 minutes of episodes with amazing level of animation, sometimes live animations, stories which you will find as if written by AI itself. One of the stories, a newlywed couple moves into a new house, opens their fridge and finds a mini civilization in their freezer. In the morning, they are in the ice age with mammoths, woolly mammoth and all. By afternoon, they are having kings and queens and building pyramids. By evening, they are about to launch spaceships. And by night, they nuke each other and kill each other. Kind of a satire on human civilization. Another story is Uh, and a train is going through long grass kind of route, and suddenly it comes to a halt, and the guard of the train says, "Oh shit, it stops again." Well, everyone, be careful, stay inside the train, nobody gets out. But people, they don't listen to instructions very well. So one of the passengers, he drops down, and he takes barely a few steps ahead while smoking and realizes he cannot see the train. The grass is higher than him. In a moment of panic, he starts rushing towards every direction, completely losing the idea of directions. And before he can catch hold of his breath, there are zombie like creatures coming from all the directions to catch him. Before he would be cannibalized, the train guard jumps in with a lantern, shoos the creatures away, and drags this man back onto the train as if it's his daily job. And when the passenger in panic asks, "Who are they?" The train guard says, "Well, they were lost souls like you who did not follow instructions." And the train carries on. These are some of the beautiful stories that you will love to watch on these shows. Take a screenshot, take down the names if you have not watched. These are the three shows I recommend you to binge watch today, especially the last one, because it has 15-20 minutes of beautiful episodes. That's what Netflix did. That's what we all can do. That's what I implore all of you to do. Involve your creativity, starting with the next table topic. Think of the users, the problems, and then think of a solution. So, who would like to try their hand next? Will it be Namrata? Will it be Rahul or Hafiz or Deep? Try out. Easy. I'll give you an easy topic.
Long
Sorry?
back. Namrata's hand is still raised. She is interested since long back.
She raised her hand for something else, but Namrata, would you like to try?
I'm scared, but yeah, okay.
Don't worry, I will give a topic that you will find easy. How long have you been in UK for?
It's been a while. Actually, it's been 2-3 years.
Fantastic. Then the topic will be very easy for you, right? All
Okay,
right.
is
So,
it
Namrata, easy topic for you, okay?
okay?
Take one thing that you would want to take from India and implement in UK. Take one thing that you would want to adopt from India and implement in UK. Your 2 minute begins now.
Okay. So one thing that I would like to take from India and implement in UK would be uh, having spicy food in London. So over here, a lot of people are do not have high tolerance for spicy food. So even if we have Indian restaurants, like all the food is like mid-level spicy, or rather, I should say it's sweet. So I think it would be nice, like if non-Indians slowly develop their spice level. Yeah, yeah, that's all from my side.
Thank you, Namrata. I love how you are following the tradition of old Indian traders and selling spice to the whole world. Well, that's our legacy. Let's be proud of that. And yes, Indian food rocks. Not sure about the UK food. Great job. Uh,
Exactly.
who would like to take the next topic? Rahul? Deep? Okay, Deep raises hand. Deep, can you hear us, Deep?
Yes, I could. I could.
All right.
You're
So,
audible.
Deep,
Yeah.
yes, Deep, you are audible now. Deep, easy topic for you. I believe you are an IT engineer.
No, I'm not
Then
IT
what is
engineer. I'm a pharma physician, pharmaceutical. I work with pharmaceutical company.
pharmaceutical, right? So Deep, here is the topic for you.
So,
If there
yeah.
is a cure for cancer, what should it be priced? If there is a cure for cancer tomorrow, what it should be priced for? Deep.
Is it price at the end of this title?
Yes, price. कीमत.
So for last time, can you just repeat the topic, please?
If there were a cancer cure tomorrow available, what would you price it for? How much would you price it for?
By looking at the cancer patient, my effort will be to make it at free of cost. A patient having a cancer is already in a pain. He's literally in such a pain that nobody would like to have it. And having a treatment with a costlier option, having a treatment which may cost lakhs of rupees, is certainly going to enhance his pain. So my effort will be to make it at the cheapest. And even what I'm really thinking or looking forward to make it free of cost. But really, is there something that can make it free of cost? The answer is surely yes. The holistic way, or there are naturopathies, there are few things like healing with the just a spirituality or heightening your willingness. There are few examples in the history without taking any drug, but just thinking very, very affirmatively, visualize. It could lead to, at one level, I will not say free of cancer, but at least subside the pain or at least make you a better patient. So, what do you think, table topic master? Am I correct in that context?
Absolutely, Deep. Free of cost is the best answer possible for such a question. Well handled. We have two more people who have not yet spoken, Rahul and Hafiz, who would like to go next. All right, Rahul, please unmute.
Okay, let's try.
Rahul, all good?
Yes.
Okay. Rahul, I do not have time for Toastmasters. I do not have time for Toastmasters, Rahul.
Yes, this is relate to very much for me. Uh, I tried to connect with Toastmaster. Uh, last 2 3 months, I tried, but I can't because of my exam. So there is so many reasons to not connect in Toastmaster. Uh, so I want to learn English. I want to speak English, but I have a hesitation in my eh, so I uh, I escape, and I escape to connect Toastmasters. So I find reasons for me, for my mind. So today is busy, so I can't connect. Today is my office work, so I can't connect. So I have many reasons in my mind, but there are not uh, uh, not any strict reason or not any strong reason to not connect to Toastmasters. So I can avoid. So I can avoid. Uh, so, uh, so, uh, mm, so, so, my hesitation is that ki, how can I say, how can I speak? So, I think this agitation is gone when we speak. We try to speak. We try many to many time. So today is the day when we connect, and we think we we thought this last night that this Thursday I connect and surely. So I did my work today morning, and I finish my office 6 o'clock and connect this session. So, over to you.
Thank you, Rahul. Well handled. And I believe the statement that I gave you as a topic is now a thing of the past. You are going to be finding time for Toastmasters. Well handled. I have one last topic for Hafiz. Hafiz, if you are here, would you like to attempt before we call it a night? Hafiz, please speak up. You might have some audio issue. So, Hafiz, how about you? Yeah, I can see your audio is connected. How about disconnecting audio, connecting it again?
Or you can use your speaker directly, laptop speaker directly.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can
Testing,
remove the.
testing. Oh, sorry. Maybe both.
Now it is audible. Audible.
Okay, okay.
All right. Hafiz, all set?
Yes.
All right. Toastmaster Hafiz, introduce Indonesia in 3 words to all of us. Introduce Indonesia in 3 words to all of us. Toastmaster Hafiz.
Okay, I try. Indonesia in 3 words. The position is near to Malaysia and Singapore. It is in Southeast Asia. So our nation language is Bahasa Indonesia, and our capital city is Jakarta. I'm sorry, I just geography. Let's just my introduction for Indonesia. Yeah, the many things I want to inform, maybe sharing the condition here, but I worry that my news is wrong. I get bad news, so I just inform the geography of Indonesia. Thank you. Very short time.
Yes, indeed. You introduced it in very short, but I believe Indonesia is a place which is quite closer to our own culture as Indians. A lot of cultural similarities and a lot of cultural exchange has happened over some millennia in the past. And I believe I saw on the television how Ramayana is played out throughout the year as a cultural icon. And any Indian visiting Indonesia would surely be pleasantly surprised when they see all the characters being celebrated in a country which is very, very far from India, but it's quite closer. In fact, the language name Bahasa itself is quite similar to what we have Hindi word for language, that is Bhasha. So, Hafiz, well spoken about your country, and we are glad to have made acquaintance with you today. Folks, that's it about the brief session that we wanted to have today. A quick feedback we would want to take. What did you learn about creativity through table topics or through the case study of Netflix that I showed or the games that we played in the beginning? Any quick learning in one line or 2 line that we can take from some of you? Let's start with Namrata first.
Yeah, so one thing that I learned is that in design thinking, empathy helps a lot to provide better services to the customers because we understand from their perspective and provide that.
Bingo, bingo. Thank you, Namrata. And we look forward to see you in the next week in full swing when we have a few prepared speakers. And I'm sure you are not familiar with the table topic. So next week, I will see you there and you will take a longer part in table topic as well.
Yeah, hope so. Thank you.
Good. Quick feedback from Deep. Deep, your one learning.
Yeah, it was actually already spoken by Namrata, and I just second to her opinion as well. So empathy is a value which is a non-negotiable. There could not be negotiation to this value. Made be the business, made be the relationship, made be anything. And same thing, what we could learn from you in this design that you brought up that empathy as the one of the crucial, critical step to succeed with our model or to succeed in that particular business in a creative way. So of course, even any other value can be, or any step can be, I think, negotiable, but empathy is something that is non-negotiable. That is the great takeaway for me. In fact, I am the empathy believer, and today's session, or this whatever the we could have learning from you, that actually uh, strengthened my thinking. In fact, what belief I was having about empathy, that has strengthened now by going through your session. Thank you for
Thank you.
bringing it.
Uh,
Yeah.
the
Over to
way
you.
you have actually said this word that if you're, and I think I heard it from Rupinder first time, and I frequently share it in my classrooms as well. If your why is clear, your how will appear. But today, I am giving you one step before that. If your who is clear, your why becomes clearer and your how will appear. So it's who that we have to think first, and then why, and then how. That is the order we have to think. Priyanka, one quick learning from you.
It's also good to be an outlier.
Uh, and you certainly are. How many more PhDs now in future? I don't know, but carry on. Quickly checking with Rahul. Rahul, what about you?
Uh, Today I learned that your creativity lecture is that you think different from yours. So we can think from different and get a different view on this.
Yeah.
So
So at times, what people around you are thinking, do not go, do not be swayed by the popular opinion that this is the truth.
yes.
Even their worldview may be limited. There may be a better solution lying outside. And if you are just opened up, and there is a key trick that I have given, that if you have to think creative, think for who you are doing it for, what their problems may be, and then it's like an lightning strike. The creativity may strike you in the right direction. So do not be overwhelmed by the popular opinion around us. A lot of times that kills creativity, or school, colleges, education system. Let's beat that. Hafiz, one quick idea from you. How did you like today's meeting? Would you like to comment in one line or two?
Yes, that's interesting for me. For stage of thinking, same as you, I am also a copy paste person. I'm not creative, and my manager uh, say it to me to become more creative. Yeah, I just try to more creative thinking and give good feedback. Thank
Yes, the
you.
bad news is, like you and me, many people are not born creative. The good news is we can cultivate, we can develop creativity by exercising with our brain, with our muscle, the vocal muscles a lot more, be it public speaking, be it any technical work, or maybe the practicing of empathy itself. Even this skill can be teachable or practicable. The more we do it, the more alert, aware we become. And finally, from Rupinder, one line, Rupinder, from your end.
I understand that design thinking is important, but I'll tell you, design thinking is not a new concept. And I don't want to say anything. I don't want to come across as someone who's kind of rooted in India. But if you go through our sacred texts like the Gita or Guru Granth Sahib or even Quran or Bible, you will find design thinking ideas in there. In fact, all of these new terms like Six Sigma and Agile, all of them, they borrow from these texts in one way or the other. It's just a matter of interpretation. At the root of design thinking and all of this lies something that is inherently there inside every one of us, and that thing is storytelling. Design thinking and storytelling are so intricately related. Just to give you an example, design thinking focuses on the user. As product developers and as product managers, we try to write our story when we are developing a product or a service. The idea is to write that story from the perspective of the user. Once you do that, you will connect with the user. You don't have to go through those 7 stages. It's all common sense. And it is there in all of our religious texts. No matter where you go, you will find it there. It's just a matter of looking. But the root of it is storytelling. Back to the storyteller.
Absolutely, Rupinder. Couldn't have said it better myself. And everyone, just to elucidate on that, there is a innate reason for what Rupinder has said is true, because storytelling, design thinking, or the normal name for both of them being common sense, it's all there because we are essentially in people business. There is no profession in the whole world where we can say that we are not doing something for a person. Even if in part you're doing it for an intermediary process company, etc., essentially we are doing it for a person. We are trying to solve a problem of the world. And design thinking gives you an overarching vision to care, to feel about your end consumer. And that is why, be it design thinking, be it common sense thinking, be it lateral thinking, creative thinking, all of them are sort of different overlapping jumbled up names for something called caring for humanity, caring for a human being. And with that note, I believe we have come to a conclusion today. And I believe you will carry this flame alive that I have tried to ignite in all of us today. That's it for Turning Point meeting number 433 today. Let's meet again in the next week, same time, same day, but in a larger gathering with full force. See you all there. Bye bye.
रब रखा
Bye bye.
मेरे को जाना, अभी भागना है.